Hey guys, so it's time to move along to the next phase of this project, this great all-around Jeep Gladiator build. So again, just to recap, the idea here of this build is to make it sort of a Swiss Army knife. I want it to be good at everything. You know, you can certainly pick certain aspects and build a Jeep to be awesome at certain things. But in my case, I just want it to be really good at everything. So that's the reason why we did a really mild lift on it, 2 inches. We went really mild with the tires and kept them at about a 35, 1150, you know, so on and so forth, trying to keep the center of gravity a little lower. So, you know, it's still got more ground clearance than stock. It's still going to perform much better off-road, but at the same time, I'm not sacrificing a lot of on-road performance, you know, and towing and hauling ability. We put that timbering kit on there to help with the payload a little bit. What else did we do? We also got the bumper put on last time around for what's coming up in this video, which is mounting this winch. So again, we're just trying to do some things here to make it a pretty good vehicle at everything you could possibly want to do with it. If you want to hit the woods, you've got some recovery options, you've got a good set of tires, a little more ground clearance. If you want to hit the road, it's still mild enough that it's going to get good fuel economy and drive and handle well. If you need to haul and tow with it, checks those boxes as well. That's why I'm calling it the great all-around Jeep Gladiator build. So without further ado, this is the next phase where we put the Badland Apex winch on this bad boy. Check it out. Hey guys, the time has come to get this winch mounted up. Just out of curiosity, I put that winch on the bathroom scales over there, and it came out to 58 pounds, which is not bad at all in my opinion for a 12,000 pound winch. So, you know, this bumper, very simple design. It's, you know, built rugged, but as far as weight is concerned, it's pretty lightweight. I'm thinking it was listed at about 63 pounds. It felt like it was about 63 pounds. It wasn't, you know, too hard to handle. The winch, you know, just shy of 60 pounds. So the combo here is relatively lightweight for what I'm getting. And compared to the other bumper and winch combo that I did on the other Gladiator, it's considerably more lightweight. So I'm pretty happy with this already. One of the big things is that synthetic rope. That really saves a lot of weight. It'll surprise you how much weight that really saves. You know, you start talking about 80 or 100 feet of rope, synthetic can save you 20 pounds right there. So it looks like it's going to mount up pretty nice. You know, got plenty of space in here. It's kind of up against the grill, but not bad. Nothing that I can't manage. It's going to be easy to bolt down because up under this bumper, unlike the Quadratec QRC bumper, which was a nightmare, this one's completely different. Plenty of access to get your sockets and wrenches up in there. So tightening this down to the bumper shouldn't be any problem at all. The time-consuming part, as always, is just doing your wiring. Of course, I've got some more over there in the box I have to get out. But that's the part that takes a while, routing your wiring, getting it all connected. It is very important to use those isolators and fuses and things. You don't want to just wire it directly to the battery. You got to have some protection in line because these things draw a tremendous amount of amperage. And also, you don't want an engine fire, especially if you park in a garage like I do. You know, that would suck. So make sure you put all your safety, you know, in line there between the battery and the winch. But anyway, I got to do that. The nice thing about this also is you can see how it's already in wire loom. That's really nice. The other 12,000 pound Harbor Freight winch that they sold before this, and actually they still sell it, but it didn't have that on there, so I had to go source my own. You know, and when you route this up behind the grill and stuff, it's really important to have that too, so you don't cut some wires. But anyway, enough jabbering. I'm going to go ahead and bolt this down, and we'll begin the process of trying to get this thing wired up. It's going to be a nice addition though. I like it. So just quickly here, I want to show you what I was talking about just now. This is the isolator that came in the box, and you can see how you can turn it on and off. Get your connections down there, so you can actually use this to kill the power to the winch until you need it. Or let's say you're going to park the Jeep for a while, you know you're not going to be driving it, you can you know, use it to turn the power off to the winch that way as well. Got the bottom cover here, obviously. You know, and you got all your stuff in here for getting it wired up and hardware and all that. Another thing that's cool about this winch is the remote, because you notice that it's wired or wireless. You can use this wirelessly, and it's got a little magnet on the back there. And I think that is super handy. With the other winch, there were so many times that I wanted to operate the winch down at the vehicle that I was recovering and couldn't, so that'll be a nice addition too. But anyway, like I said, don't forget your safety features. Okay, here's the progress we've made so far. Of course, you have to connect your ground cable here to the back of the winch. You got this little bitty pre-installed ground that goes there also. Of course, this is your hot wire. And then now that we've done that part, we've got the ground and we've got the hot, and we're ready to set the winch on and start routing it up to the battery. Now I've got this little bitty short red wire that was included with the kit wired up to the switch so you can turn the power off and on. We made a little boo-boo and let this thing flop around and make contact with the negative side, and you can see the result. What you can't see is the crank I got in my neck. I've got a cramp in my neck now because I jerked so hard when it scared me. It's kind of funny. Hopefully I didn't wipe out a bunch of fuses and relays. That would not be cool. So don't do that. Hang on to this thing and don't let it get over there on your negatives while you're trying to work with this stuff. Gonna try and prevent more sparks as we continue here. So I guess now we need to just set the winch up here and get it bolted down. He's got the fair lead mounted, and then we'll start routing the cables up under there. And after that, we can try it out and see if it works. All right, I think we're ready. I think it's the moment of truth. So we snaked our cables down under, came up behind the headlight. We've got the isolator here hooked up so that we can kill the power, and obviously it's currently off. We successfully hooked up the ground cable without getting electrocuted again. So that's always a positive. So I guess now it's the moment of truth and it's time to try this thing out. So you got the remote hooked up over there. All right, let me turn this on. It should have power now, so run it out just a little bit and let's see if it goes the proper direction. Let me grab the hook here. Yep, sure does. Go back in. Yeah, so not only does it work, but we hooked it up the right direction. So that's good. Awesome. Now comes the hard part, which is putting up all the tools. We've got a whole bunch of tools strung out around here. I'm glad that it works though. You know, honestly, compared to the other 12,000 pound winch they've been selling for years and years, I felt like this one was easier to set up. I don't know exactly why. It's been a couple years since I did the other one, but I just remember spending a lot of time on the other one, and this one was pretty daggone simple. Like I said, I like the fact that they've already got the positive wire loomed. I would suggest getting some wire loom to put on that negative. I ended up not having any, so I wrapped it real good in electrical tape. You know, you can see right here where I wrapped some electrical tape around it just to give it a little more abrasion resistance as you're routing it through there. But I mean, everything you need obviously is in the kit, and it was pretty daggone simple. So I'm gonna leave this turned off when I don't need it. And I guess that's a wrap. We got everything pretty much done. I'm gonna probably get a cover to put over it to protect it from the weather, but awesome. So I guess, I don't know, the next time I go out in the woods, maybe we'll hook it up to something and try it out and see how she pulls. But I like the look of the winch, and you know, the feature set was really nice for the price range. I mean, I was surprised, you know, $529 was a really great price. Got a nice big handle here to switch it over to free spool. You know how sometimes these things like to get finicky on you. You got a little set screw there. You could pop it off if you wanted to and put a different kind of deal on there, but this one's nice and big, gives you a lot of torque to turn it. So anyway, I guess that's going to be a wrap, guys. Got the Badland 12,000 Apex on here. A nice addition to the Jeep. I'm going elk hunting here in a couple of months. Heck, I might even end up using this thing to drag an elk up the hill. We'll talk to you later.